Happy New Year, everybody! My name is Pravus, and welcome to another vlog video. I'm actually really excited for this video because we have a lot to talk about, so strap yourselves in. Firstly, you may have noticed that we crossed the 15,000 subscriber milestone last night, which is a pretty cool New Year's present, so, well done, guys. Well done. Obviously, I am really excited about reaching another milestone, but what shocks me is how quickly it happened. It was only a couple of months ago that I put out a video marking the 10,000 subscriber milestone, and that was after 3 years of building this channel. And now all of a sudden we're up to 15? Actually, this points to an even more incredible trend over the past year. This channel has more than doubled in size over the last year, especially in the last few months, which is just amazing. And it's been getting faster and faster over the past few weeks. I'm not too sure how long we can keep this trend, but it's definitely worth reflecting on why this has been happening. You see, in 2016, I feel like I'm really starting to get a good feel for my audience and what you guys want. By watching the number of views and comments I'm getting on my videos, I can start predicting what's going to do well and what's going to struggle, at least in the beginning. There are 4 series that consistently do quite well for this channel, and those are Crusader Kings 2, Democracy 3, Europa Universalis 4, and Plague Inc. But the question for me was, why? Yes, those are all strategy games of varying levels of difficulty, but then why didn't Civilization 6 do well? CK2 and EU4 are both Paradox grand strategy games, but so was Stellaris, and that didn't do very well either, so what connects them all? Correct me if I am wrong, but it seems to me that it all comes down to experience. Consistently over the past year, anytime I pick up a brand new game and start recording my first impressions, that series isn't going to do very well. It seems that any game where I'm trying to learn the mechanics and I'm getting confused and I'm fumbling along just doesn't do very well. Whereas other games, where I am more experienced and I know a lot about the content, such as the 4 that I mentioned earlier, they tend to do quite well. And the message that I am receiving is that you are more entertained when I can be intelligent and insightful. Custom scenarios on Plague Inc. aren't usually very hard, but because I've beaten the game on its highest difficulty and I'm familiar with how the game works, I can talk about what makes a good scenario and what doesn't appeal to me. Democracy 3 is a game that's all about politics, and I know a lot about politics and how certain policies should impact a country, and I can start an intelligent discussion about what I think works and what doesn't, and so on and so forth. If you think I'm on the right track, let me know in the comment section below, because this is very important when determining how I'm going to tailor next year's content. I know I've said that I will only play games that I want to play on this channel, and that's true. I'm not going to play a game if I'm not going to enjoy it because it's going to show in the video. But if you are going to subscribe to my channel and you're going to give me the time out of your day to watch my video, then I want it to be something that you're going to enjoy. I mean, that just makes sense, right? Now, if I am correct about what you guys are looking for, then this does pose a little bit of a challenge for me. I mean, I can't just play these 4 games over and over again. I need to break out of the mold at some point and try something different. I need variety on this channel, or else it's going to become stale. But if I'm not going to get a lot of support from new games and new series, then that does kind of put me in a bind. So I'm going to be relying a bit on you guys to help me figure out what kind of games you might still enjoy seeing me play. For example, I'm planning on starting up a new Prison Architect series this month now that Civilization 6 is over and CK2 is coming to a close. How does that sound? You know, what if I played something like This War of Mine, or RimWorld, or a modded Banished series? See, these are some of the games that I've been considering over the next few months, and I would like to get your thoughts. Now, of course, obviously, I can't make everyone happy and try out every suggestion posed to me. You know, some people might suggest a game like Dark Souls 3, and it might be a very good game, but it also might not be my style, and it may not meet most people's expectations for this channel. But even so, it does mean a lot to me that so many of you care about this channel that you're willing to take time out of your day to share your thoughts with me, so thank you for that. Now, I actually do have some ideas on what I can do to add in some new content. I actually put together a new computer this month, built it from scratch, after saving about 3 years of YouTube money, and it's a heck of a lot more powerful than what I've had before. It's got an i7 processor, a GTX 1070 graphics card, a solid-state drive. It's not half bad, I'm pretty proud of it. But how does this solve my content problem? Well, what if with a more powerful computer, I can work in some streaming. Maybe that would be a good way to find out what will appeal to you. Games like EU4 are too big to stream, but something like Planet Coaster, City Skylines, maybe? Those kind of games are shorter, more casual, more easily digested, so they're probably better for streaming up front, but it also could be a good opportunity for me to find out what's going to work with you guys. So what do you think about that? Now, I'm not too sure when I'm going to start up streaming. I do have a few things to work on this computer, but also January is kind of a terrible month for me. I'm looking at a ton of overtime. At most 70 hours per week. I'm praying that I don't have to do that. But maybe early February. You know, we'll see. I'll let you know one way or the other. Now, if you can't tell, I am excited in this video because I have a lot of ideas now. We've seen some really solid growth over the last year. I'm starting to get a good picture of what my audience wants to see, and I've got some options for expanding into streaming. So I guess that leaves only one more thing to talk about. Patreon. Yes, it's finally happening. If you click on the annotation here, or you go to the link in the description, you can view my page, which I just launched today in celebration of the new year. Now, I've talked a bit about this in past vlogs, but there's a few things I want to reiterate, so bear with me. First and foremost, YouTube is still only a hobby for me. I put a lot of effort into my videos, and I really enjoy doing it. And I don't want anyone to feel guilty or obligated to support me financially. I'm going to be fine, and I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing regardless. This Patreon is going up because some of you have asked for it. And if I don't get a single contribution, I'm perfectly fine with that. I just want to keep entertaining you. But for those of you who really like my content and you want to compensate me, then this option is for you. After all, I put in enough time on YouTube that it basically counts as a part-time job. There's nothing wrong with getting paid for my work. I'm obviously not opposed to that, and I'm really grateful that some of you like my content enough that you would consider that. My YouTube channel is not about money, but there's nothing wrong with making money either. And pretty much all that money just gets reinvested in the channel anyway, so it's really more about trying to improve the quality of my work and expanding it where appropriate. I do go into things in more depth on the Patreon page itself, so be sure to check that out. That's all I wanted to say, guys. I've had a really exciting couple of months, and I just wanted to share that with you. Got some big ideas for 2017. I hope you'll stick around to see it. My name has been Pravus, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.